Hey guys, Brendan here with the Shredders team again, and today we're going to give you an overview of the new Crater Park area. So right now we're flying over the previous update, Maple Acres, and we'll show you where the new area is. So if you come over past Corvo Park in the ruins, you're going to notice a brand new open valley that's cleared from the fog, and a bunch of new features. So Crater Park is by far the largest new area that we've put out, and it's made up of a few different smaller areas with different riding styles that all funnel down towards the central crater. So we've got a backcountry area over here with some wooden features. To the left, we've got a bank slalom course, and that runs right up next to all of these cool organic snow shapes in this section here, with a bunch of crazy plastic shapes too, and some rails. And there's also more backcountry lines off to the right hand side. Above the park to the south, there's a massive backcountry area with extremely steep terrain, options for a few different jump lines, and plenty of natural features. This whole section is for people who want to go huge. Next up, we have the northwest slopestyle area. It's a mixture of large jumps, organic snow shapes, and some crazy plastic features too. Over to the left, we have Shred's Gap, which is a recreation of Chad's Gap, and we wanted to do it justice for just how massive that jump is in real life. After you land, you end up in the North Face Mountain Mix Base Camp area, with a few different line choices and a bunch of fun features and props. Next up is the Blue Spawn. This is the smallest area of the park, with a mix of jumps, rails, and plastic features, just set up in a more mellow style from the rest of the park. And finally, we have the Yellow Spawn. This is yet another mixture of jumps, rails, organic snow shapes, and plastic features. But these are all built in a medium to large size, so there should be different areas for everyone's style of riding. Coming down towards the bottom of the crater, you'll see this unique looking multi-feature. It's designed so you can ride it from any angle with almost any amount of speed. This is where you'll eventually end up from any of the spawn points in the park, and I'll take you through some gameplay of some of those line options now. So we're going to start off with a line through the southwest slopestyle area. This is by far the most technical area of the park, and that's mainly because there's a lot of very uniquely shaped features that you wouldn't normally see in a regular park, or any of the other areas of the Shredders map for that matter. And it can be a little bit tricky the first few times you ride through to kind of figure out the speed and how all the transitions line up. But once you get a feel for the flow, there's tons of different options, and you can always find a new and unique line choice through the main section here. So we're coming up and over this wave feature, and then we'll go into a road gap into powder. And that's going to set us up with the right speed for this massive step down jump. Throw a triple cork here. And then we're going to come flying into this step up jump option on the bottom crater feature. So this is the northwest slopestyle area. And it's a little bit more conventional than the southwest, but still has quite a few very unique features, some crazy plastic shapes to the left there. But my favorite line might be this jump line here, especially going into this feature, which is a split takeoff volcano multi-feature, tons of options to butter and transfer back and forth. And then that brings you into this massive quarter pipe, or the wall option here. Tons of different ways to ride that. And we'll mix in a backcountry hit. And there is a bank option to the left, but we're going to come up high and redirect into this rail. Maybe a little too much speed. And then up and over the bridge feature. Little front flip. And as you can see, it's a little bit hard for the sunlight to get down to the bottom of the crater, so we added some lighting down here to give it a a cool look and feel. And then we're coming into the step down option, going the other way for the bottom crater feature. So this is the Shreds Gap spawn point. It starts out with a cruisy backcountry line. There's plenty of options for natural terrain on the left and the right, but if you want to hit the main gap, you have to hit this natural feature over here. And then that will set you up with the right speed for the kicker. Coming flying into this, we'll go backside 9 with the shifty. Now we're cruising into the North Face Mountain Mix base camp area. So we're going to do a butter on top of this globe here, but there's plenty of options to the left and the right for rails, wall rides, tons of stuff to check out there. And finally we're going to do forward slide over the fire pit here. And that's the base camp. Here we're going to take a run through the backcountry spawn point. Now this is one of the shorter top to bottom runs in the park, but we still packed in a bunch of cool features. You've got some natural terrain, backcountry jumps, and these wooden features too. And as you follow the terrain down to the left, it all funnels down towards this big step down drop into the crater. And that'll set you up with speed to gap over the takeoff side to side on the crater feature, or hit the quarter pipe on the right. There's so many different ways to ride this bottom crater feature, and all the other features in the park. We can't wait to see all the creative line choices you guys come up with. Welcome to Crater Park.